Yo guys, this is Sundown Rider. This is going to be my review for Nanatsu no Taizai 245, March of the Saints. What an apt name considering we just crushed the hopes and dreams of the Carolina Panthers. Hey, March of the Saints. Oh, the Saints. Okay, yeah, the whole chapter was actually really good. I enjoyed this chapter. There wasn't really much that went on, but we got to see a bit more of the crazy assness of the Goddess clan. And whenever we see how crazy they are, it kind of spices things up a bit. But yeah, we get a little bit of backstory from Ruduciel, who tells us that during the war 3,000 years ago, the Goddess clan found themselves with the heavier end of power, which in essence means they were the stronger force by the end of the war. Like by the last 10 minutes of the war, they were like, okay, we're pretty strong right now. It could have been the last couple of weeks, to be fair. So they realized they were in a position of power where they could probably kill off the Demon Clan. But something occurred where they were forced to seal the Demon Clan. They were forced instead of killing the Demon Clan, they were forced to seal the Demon Clan. Now, I don't know exactly what happened. I can't even really. There's not much to speculate on. But basically, the cost of sealing the Demon Clan was losing their bodies. So that's why the Goddess Clan, vanished like suddenly. The Demon Clan, we know they were sealed away, so they were screwed. They were just sealed. But the cost of that seal was the Goddess Clan had to lose their physical forms. So, equivalent exchange and stuff like that. So, essentially, the Goddess Clan are still alive. They're just not in. They don't have a physical form. They're all in spirit form, and they've inhabited like objects, like swords, like a tower or some shit, a stair. Who knows? But basically, objects, a goblet, all that type of thing. So what I want to know personally is what the hell forced them into doing that? Why did they have to seal the Demon Clan even though they were in a position of power? What switched it? What happened that forced them to really let go of the lead they had and then think, oh crap, we just got to seal them? And he even says in this chapter, we knew it wasn't going to be a permanent measure. We knew we were going to have to come back and finish the job. We were just waiting for someone to basically activate one of us. And the only thing I can say here is, what did Galtha do to the awesome little turd? I mean, like, what did he do? Because it must have been something to do with Galtha, because we know that he's the guy who infiltrated Nerobasta's mind. He didn't summon Mael, who we assume is the last of the four archangels. And yeah, that's about it. So, but what else did Galtha do that really put the Goddess clan in dire straits and like up shit creek, basically? The goddesses, as I said, then became spirits and they inhabited objects and they were waiting to return. Baga. Ruduthiel then reses some goddesses by shooting beams of light towards them. I assume they're just like resurrection beams or some shit like that. Or he was either doing that or he was scanning for where Gil Thunder was, because you see him going from right to left and then he goes, oh, up, and then he shoots up a beam there as well. So, but I think he was just shooting out res beams basically. And this action seems to save Hauser, Jericho, Gila from being eaten by demons, and it actually saves a whole bunch of different humans. We see Slater, we see the Pleiades of the Azure Sky. So, however, what we see is the goddesses have not become any less crazy over the 3,000 years that they've been in spirit form. They all require the same thing. So I assume what all the goddesses are doing now is they're getting rid of the lower class demons because they can, and they're all saying to the humans the same thing. They're saying, join Stigma in our revolution against the demons. So it's Holy War 2.0. However, we did see Slater and the Pleiades of the Azure Sky, and they look anything but convinced, really. The faces that were drawn on them, they didn't look very convinced by the Goddess Clan, and we'll hopefully see them being wary of the Goddess Clan. The rest of the humans, however, are overjoyed by the arrival of the Goddess Clan, and they're just like, yeah, you understand why they are, seeing as they were about to get rinsed and they were about to die. So you can really understand that the humans, the lesser humans anyway, not the Holy Knights, you can understand why they would be overjoyed, but the more powerful humans, the Holy Knights like the Pleiades, Slater, all these guys, you'd expect them to be wary. We've seen this kind of shit before when Dreyfus went all apeshit along with Hendrickson. We need to be wary of these guys that come in with awesome amount of power. So we then go to Gilthunder, actually, which was it's been a while since we've actually seen him, I think, and he's trying to escape, as you'd expect. Now this part of the chapter was interesting to me because of the location. According to Vivienne, Merlin found this place and she thinks it's a sky palace of the Goddess Clan. When Merlin thinks something, that's usually the case. So it's a sky palace of the Goddess Clan and it was built ages ago. Now on Reddit, I posted saying that the statue may represent the goddess who lays there, waiting to be revived, like the altars and stuff like that. that might be a statue of the person who lays there. But then after thinking about that, I've realized that the statue and the Sky Palace itself would have been built before the whole idea of an altar, or before the whole idea of sealing the demon clan away had been born. So although there may well be a goddess there, the Sky Palace and the statue would have been built before the goddess sealed the demon clan. So, you know, that's all fun and game. That comment I made on Reddit might actually be technically incorrect. However, that statue may be a representation still of the last archangel. We don't know if it is. It might be Mael, who was referenced by Rudusiel in like chapter 210. And his soul may actually be somewhere in that Sky Palace, because even if that statue was built before and the Sky Palace was built before the whole sealing of the demon clan, Mael's soul may have actually gone towards that palace and rested there, waiting for reactivation. And Mael is the one who the goddess Rudusiel, he was like, when he shit himself at the front of the demon clan, he's in front of the demon clan, he asked for Mael to be summoned, and he was asking Nerobasta, and then we see Galtha like hacking her brain, and he's like, nah, that's going down. So that's who Mael is. But I think the theory with the more weight behind it and the more suspicion behind it as well is this last archangel, Mael, could very well be within the Holy Sword, Excalibur. Now, if this were true, there may be some rough times ahead for Arthur, because if he jacks the sword, if he holds the sword, and Miles is reactivated, and he's like, oh yeah, then basically Miles going to be like, okay, let me possess you so I can eradicate the demon clan. And we know the goddesses have a way with words. The humans think that they're a force for good, just because of the dark nature of the demon clan. But we'll see if Arthur can actually stay away and hold back. And we don't even know if Mael needs to ask Arthur whether, can I possess you. He may just forcefully overtake Arthur, and then we have someone with Arthur's nature. We don't quite know what it is, but he seems to be special in some way or some form. And if Mael then inhabits his body, it's going to be like screwed, but everyone's going to be screwed. And that's when the demon clan are going to have to come in and be like, hey, time to kick some ass. So yeah, if Excalibur has an archangel inhabiting it, there's going to be some major fireworks. We then have Vivienne, who, although she was batshit crazy, some people may have liked it, but she paid the ultimate price, and she was stabbed by Rudusiel through the neck. You see her eyes tripping balls, and she falls face flat on her face. Yeah, face flat. I think that's basically the end of her. She's pretty much gonna die unless Hendrickson turns around and goes, oh shit, maybe I should actually save her life. But I don't really feel sorry for Vivienne at all. She was batshit crazy. She's done some really, really shady shit, and she's really made Gilthunder's life a misery for like years. So I don't really give a shit about Vivienne. I'm quite happy that Rudusiel held his end of the bargain and saved Gilthunder, because he said to Margaret, yo, I'll save him. And then we have Margaret and Gilthunder reuniting for a record 0.5 seconds, guys. It was like before Rudusiel takes over again. I was like instant, like Margaret's like, oh shit, and Gilthunder's like, yay, and they're about to hug and everything, and Rudusiel's like, nope, I don't think so, not today. So this is gonna be the first arc for Gil and Margaret 2.0 once again. He won't leave Margaret while she's been possessed. He's going to try and help her, and Margaret will do some awful shit in the guise of Margaret, even though Rudusiel will be the one at fault. And then the last thing we see is that we see Rudusiel talking about how the three great evil stars, or the great three evil stars, are coming together, i.e. Meliodas, Zeldaris, and Estarossa. So I have no idea how the Goddess Clan came up with the name, or why they refer to Meliodas, Zeldaris, and Estarossa as that name, the Great Three Evil Stars. But it sounds awesome as shit, so I don't really care. It sounds awesome, but there must be something more behind it. Is it because all three of them are the sons of the Demon King or something like that? So they're the three great evil stars. The evil star thing, that's the part I'm interested in, because obviously they're the great three, but why evil stars? Is there something about them, or is it just they had to come up with the name? So it's let's just call them something glittery, great stars. So I don't know, or evil stars even. So yeah, I like the chapter. I think a lot of people will not like this chapter because there wasn't really too much going on. But with the death of Vivienne, the return of Gilthunder, and a little bit more information on the Holy War 3,000 years ago, which is always it's always something I want to see. It was a good enough chapter for me, and I liked it. About a 7.5 out of 10, 7 out of 10. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought. Let me know if you guys have any theories or anything like that. What do you think about that statue? Do you think Mael is actually in Excalibur? Do you think Mael is still resting in that Sky Palace? Do you think Vivienne's dead? Do you think the Azure Skies, Pleiades of the Azure Skies, and Slater are gonna take a backseat and not really trust the goddesses? Let me know what you guys think, and why do you think they're called the Great Three Evil Stars? So let me know all that. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys in a bit.